Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you. So, welcome to 73 Questions with Tochi. Are
Thank
you
for
ready?
having me. Yes, I guess I am.
so, so what's your name?
My name is Michelle Munasinghe.
Where are you from?
I'm from Connecticut in America.
How long have you been in Russia?
I've been here for about 5.5 months.
Why did you decide to move to Russia?
I wanted to escape Trump.
What do you like most about Russia?
I like the people here the most. They're really friendly and open if you want to talk to them.
So, what do you hate most about Russia?
Probably the weather. It's really cloudy and gloomy a lot of the time.
Do you like Russian food?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Which one is your favorite Russian food?
Probably holodets.
Have you tried borscht?
Yes,
How was borscht?
it's really good also.
So, who made the borscht you tried?
I've had it from multiple people. They're all really good.
Okay, that's really cool. So, where are we currently at the moment?
Currently, we're in a dacha in Gruzino
So, why are you in the dacha?
because of coronavirus.
So if you could choose to live in the dacha or the city, where would you prefer to live?
I'm not sure. They're both good in their own ways. The city is much more convenient and you're closer to people, so there's a lot more to do. But here it's really peaceful and there's also a lot more nature, which is really nice.
What do you like most about living in the dacha?
Probably the nature. I'm really close to the woods, so I like to go on the trails there a lot, especially on the bike.
So what do you usually do on weekends in the dacha?
Usually ride bikes or go to sauna.
So how do you feel when you ride bikes in the dacha?
It's really nice because you get your endorphins going and it's just nice to be cruising in the woods.
So how can you describe your perfect weekend here in the dacha?
Probably wake up and be outside for most of the day, probably riding a bike or something.
What's your impression of Russians as a people, like generally?
They're really friendly and open, really willing to talk to you, unlike a lot of Americans
If
that
you
I've
could
met.
live permanently in Russia, which city would you prefer to live in, Moscow or St. Petersburg? Or do you have any
Probably-
favorite city?
Probably Moscow because there's the most going on there.
Have you been to Moscow?
Yeah, I went there in January, this past January. For a
How
few
was your
days.
experience in Moscow?
It was really good because it was around New Year time, so there was a lot of lights and things to do.
What do you like most about Moscow?
Probably how developed it is compared to other places.
So what do you like most about St. Petersburg?
I like how historic it is, and I like the architecture a lot.
So Russian men or American men?
Russian men.
Nice. So why Russian men in particular?
Because I find that I can get along with them a lot better than people in America.
Do you speak Russian?
Not really, I'm still learning.
Could you say something in Russian for me, please? Just a sentence. or a
Чуть
phrase.
неплохо.
What does that mean?
It's not bad here.
Oh wow, вы молодец. Давай, high five. That was very good. So what's the most exciting thing you've done since you've been to Russia, you've arrived in Russia?
Probably just skateboarding around the city and seeing a bunch of new things every day.
What do you think foreigners should know about like Russia and Russian people?
That it's not as scary of a place as people might think, so they should definitely come to experience it.
How has your impression of Russians changed since you moved here?
Well, it hasn't changed that much because I'm really open to people, so yeah, it just made me glad to finally meet somebody.
Do you like Russian movies?
Yeah,
What's your favorite Russian movie ever?
probably Irony of Fate.
Are you serious? I loved it as well.
Nice.
Wow, high five, another high five. Come on. That was very good. So do you like Russian TV shows?
Yeah, I haven't seen any though.
Have you seen the movie Brat 1 and 2?
Yes.
What's your impression of the movie? Did you like it?
I like it a lot. I love their impression of American people. I think it's really funny.
Do you listen to Russian music?
Yeah.
Tell me your favorite Russian song.
Right now, probably Yunost by Mujus.
Oh wow. So do you have any favorite Russian band or group?
I like him, and then I also like Biting Elbows a lot right now because they are Russian, but they sing a lot of songs in English.
What was the last Russian song you listened to? you listen to?
Probably Control by Biting Elbows.
Do you have any favorite Russian name?
I like them all.
Don't you have like a favorite Russian name? The ones that like maybe if you had like a child, like in future you would name your daughter
Probably
or son.
obvious.
Which one? Like if you had a daughter, what would you name your daughter?
I'm not sure.
You haven't thought about that.
No, not yet. It's a bit too far away.
So how can you describe like life in Russia?
It's really nice. Well, right now it's really chill because there's not much to do except just
Because you're in
spend
the
time
data,
outside.
right?
Yes.
I love this data.
So,
it's
I guess-
it's so serene. So
Yeah, it's very
peaceful.
relaxing.
Yeah, it is. I like it here as well. So we're entering the door now. So we're opening the door now. Oh my! I can't see you. Oh my God! It's too dark.
Oh.
So that's on me. Let me set the camera. Let me adjust my settings. Oh, I can see you now.
Yeah. I have that issue a lot with cameras.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue with the interview.
Come in.
Oh, thank you for. Maybe I was a vampire, and if you didn't ask me to come in, I would be stuck outside. That's why I had to wait for you to ask me to come in first. Oh wow, nice, very nice, like room. Is that the kitchen? So we're in the
Yes.
kitchen right now. It's cool. Looks very nice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue with the questions. What's your favorite Russian city? I think you've mentioned that already. Moscow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool. Why do you like Moscow so much?
Because there's a lot of cool buildings and a lot going on, unlike other places.
Do you prefer a lively city, a busy city, or do you prefer the quiet suburbs?
I don't know, I kind of like both. For day-to-day life, the city is more convenient, so I would probably choose that right now.
Okay, so you lived in both the city in St. Petersburg and the dacha in the outskirts of town. Which one do you prefer most?
It depends on the situation. For coronavirus, probably staying here because you're away from most things.
So how have you been coping with the coronavirus? What's your coping mechanism?
Well, I feel pretty lucky compared to many people because a lot of people were actually stuck inside and couldn't really go out, but here we can go out like every day and just ride around really far.
So how often do you ride your skateboard and your bicycle?
Well, now I don't ride the skateboard because there's no proper roads for it, but I ride bicycle almost every
So
day.
there are no asphalts in the dacha?
Not really. There's some, but a lot of it's really broken. And the main road is nice, but there's too many cars.
How do you think like Russia and America are different?
Russia, well, the people are a lot more open and yeah.
So what's one thing you could do in America but you can't do in Russia? Or one thing that you could do in Russia and you can't do in America?
You can walk around a lot more places here without it being really weird. That's kind of nice.
So what's
Yeah,
one...
but you can't get a gun, but I don't think you should need one unless you...
So you
Or
feel
be
like
attacked
it's much
by
more easier to get
bear.
guns in America than here in Russia?
Yeah, but I don't really care about that. Yeah, I would
Okay.
rather people not buy guns.
So what's one bad habit you have that you want to give up?
Probably my impatience. I need to learn to calm down.
If you could advise your younger self, what would you advise?
Probably to ignore all of the criticism that people give me and just do my own thing.
What's your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is probably paying attention to detail and being very thorough when I do something.
Are you happy in your life right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Why are you happy so much? What makes you happy?
Just being alive and being able to appreciate things.
How did your parents react when they found out you were going to move to Russia? When you told them that you're going to move to Russia?
They weren't very surprised, and they also were understanding because they both left their home country when they were very young, younger than me, so it wasn't that bad.
What's the coolest place you've been to in St. Petersburg?
Probably Viborg.
Where is that?
It's pretty much on the border between Russia and Finland.
Alright, so do you like museums? Hmm? Do you like museums?
Yeah, I like
Have you been to the ones in St. Petersburg?
a few of them.
Which one is your favorite?
Probably the Hermitage.
So what are the three things you can't live without?
Probably my phone. Food. Oh yes, and my skateboard.
What's the most exciting thing you've done this week? The most exciting thing you've done this week?
I'm not sure. We spent a lot of time being inside and doing work or studying. So the most exciting thing probably would be meeting you.
Oh wow, thank you for that. That was very nice of you. So when was the last time you were truly happy?
The last time I was really happy?
Yeah, you were your happiest.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm happy every day for different reasons. So.
Alright, so what's the last movie or no, what's the last TV show you've watched?
I think it was Money Heist.
You like Money Heist?
Yes.
Wow, that's really cool. So who's your favorite character in Money Heist?
I like Nairobi because I can relate to her a lot. And I like the way she handles situations.
Do you watch Russian TV series? Have you seen Kuknia?
No.
You've not seen it?
No.
But have you seen any Russian TV shows?
I don't think so.
What's your favorite thing about living in Russia?
Probably... I like the prices of things.
Are they cheap or expensive?
Because it's cheap.
Oh wow! That's true.
Free
That's true.
here. Like
Well, compared to America, you mean compared to America?
Well, I can't experience those. So.
Do you mean compared to America?
Yes.
Relative to American prices?
Yes.
Okay, that's true though.
And the public transportation is really nice.
So American metro, like Russian metro or American subway, which one is the best in your opinion?
Definitely Russian.
Were you surprised at how they looked when you arrived the first time? Were you surprised at the metro, how clean and beautiful they looked?
I guess so. I wasn't surprised, I was just really impressed, I guess.
How are you feeling about this year? Are you how has this year been for you?
Well, with coronavirus, it's been extremely weird.
How do you
so
cope?
many things closing down. It's really strange. Well, I work online now, so because you can't really do anything in person, so it's not that bad. And living here, since I can go outside and do things.
So
not
what was
so
your
bad.
coping mechanism for COVID-19?
Riding bikes outside.
So, wow, that must make you feel really good because you mentioned that a couple of times already.
Yes.
Can you describe the feeling you get from like riding your bikes and
It's really exhilarating and calming to do it.
All right, Mitchell. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you had a great time doing this.
Thank you for having me.
All right, have a wonderful day
You too.
and take care.